So this is the next kit off the rank.
G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor.
It's not just a 3D print. I do support my local hobbyists. Holy crap, there is an awful lot of bits when you add them all up. So this is a very big boy, obviously, so that's the size of the back plate. Now the ones I was doing were probably half that, if even half that. So yeah, sorry about the noise. I had a bit of an issue in the car, so that's it being fixed. Needs a bit of paint and panel. Now the other, putting this together, and then what we'll do is, alright, wish me luck folks, I'm going in. Whew. I've just been assembling the cockpit, and I thought I might try and give you a look. If we can get enough light and I can get it to focus, have a look at the detail in this bloody thing. So obviously I'm going to have to paint all that before I assemble. There's the front dashboard there, and there's the pilot glued together now. He's extraordinarily detailed as well, which is fabulous. So oddly enough, I am looking forward to painting this because I really do think it will come up $1 million. But the saga continues. It's an impressive looking miniature, I've got to say. So I've finally got to the stage where I did a bit of a stock take. There are in fact 4 arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is in fact 3 shields. Now this shield, which I used on this gun, please note that pipe there actually fits the melter gun, the big melter gun as well, which is pictured right there. So they use different sizes on the front of the shield, and that means something different for your barrels. So I'm not going to be able to use the melter gun because I'm not going to cut that off. What I'll do is I'll make, I'm tempted, I was going to just make 3 arms that were done like that. And that way I could get by with just one of these shoulder sections. But as I think about it, I'm thinking maybe don't be lazy and cut the gun one off as well. That really gets you very interchangeable then. So that's what I might do. We'll see. Okay, so that arm, which is, we're going to count that as the 3rd arm, that shield only fits on that one. It will not go on this gun. But this one does go on that gun, and it's all about that spacing of those things. So I'm going to end up with 2 right arms, which are interchangeable by swapping the whole shield, and 3, and all of those, because if you look at that bad boy, that's him there, it's sort of a big cannon. This one is your super mini cannon thing. So it's really aimed more at troops and stuff as well. So what I'll end up with is 3 right arms that are all fairly much close combat or troop oriented, and then I'll end up with three left arms, and I'll end up with 2 right arms that are more vehicle focused to take out enemy vehicles, and that's seeming to make sense. So that's how he works, which I think is pretty good. Yes, you can see that the magnet on that side. I'm not really worried about that, to be honest with you. Once it's painted, it'll just look like part of the arm. And as you know, we can swap out those 2 arms with that left arm, and the right arm will swap the guns. So it's a beautiful thing. I'd predict she's ready to start painting. My plates are still largely separate, which is good. And away we'll go. So here's where we're at with that knight Questoris. He's not quite finished, obviously. I've separated what needs to be separated at the moment. We'll probably paint that separately. And I have in fact, although you can't see very well, I have in fact painted, let's rotate that round on the other side. Probably still won't see. I have in fact painted inside that cockpit with quite some detail. Whether or not you'll actually appreciate that at the end of the day is another matter. And I think I've mentioned before, I've worked out the paint scheme I want. He's progressing, along with various other tasks. So the painting has begun. Where are we going here? This bloke, that'll be the next piece I paint. I've just got to do the trim on his feet, otherwise everything's done. So that'll be the next piece. That'll be followed by this piece. Now you can see I've done some preemptive strikes on a few of these. The reason I did that was I wanted to see whether or not it would work. So I've been playing a bit today. So there's the proof of concept. That's the essentially the colour scheme. I really like it. Looks quite good. Looks better in the flesh than it does on video, I think. And we've also prepared a base for him. So this trim's got to go on the feet, around the edge of the feet. Then that bit's done as well, which is great. Then I'll move on to this bit, which should be pretty straightforward. You know, mostly silver with the odd highlight colour for tubes and stuff. And then this, we've done the bulk of the work. I just get to do the stuff I like, which is sit and play. And that'll be the bulk of it. Then we've just got the extra plates and weapons. That's where we're up to, folks. Okay, another quick update. Base is done. Lower legs are done. Quite happy with them. The carapace and the shoulder pads are done. Extremely happy with how they turned out, folks. I think they really look good. But anyway, so they're done. Now over here we have the upper body, which is pretty much done, including that fancy shield you can see there. I've done his eyes. Now I pretty much suspect that's all you're going to see through the visor slits of the face mask, which glues it over top of that. What else? So tomorrow I'm going to start on that gun, because you might recall that's the piece that does not come off. So on the other side, that was easy to do. Upper arm. Just showing you a bit of detail. I'm still working to my modified plan. So this is not the original. Sorry, just kicking a chair out the way. This is not the original colour scheme for this guy. I just like doing it this way. I thought it looked better. But as you can see, there is still an awful lot. So all of the dark grey parts are still got to be done, but I can do them bit by bit, which is really good. So once I get him where his body's done, the main parts are on, like the carapace and that, I'll do a couple of guns and, you know, then I can just take my time, it's all good. But there is still a lot of body parts, particularly on the legs, like that one there. The banner that hangs between the legs is there. I'll do a lot of those before I do a lot of the other guns. It's a I've said it once, and I'll say it before again. It's a labour of love, folks, but I am loving it. So I'm in the final stages of painting the last few weapons for Canis Rex, and I thought just to pretty the base up, I'd 3D print a couple of dead marines. So I picked a few that are standard, they're not marked with any particular chapters or anything, and I paint them black, gold edge on the armour, a few brightly coloured highlights, and we'll use them as dead Chaos Marines. So I think that'll really just pick it all up. Alrighty.